My mom had one humiliating house rule. Every time I left for school, she checked my outfit. Not a quick glance, a full inspection. She'd stand in the doorway with her arms crossed and scan me from the collar down like I was a box being checked for damage. If anything was too fitted, too bright, too anything, she'd send me back upstairs. My brother walked out in whatever he grabbed off the floor. She never looked twice. I was 14 when it started. I remember the first morning she stopped me. I had on a floral blouse I'd saved up for, the kind of thing that felt like me. She looked at it, looked at me, and said, "Go change. You'll attract the wrong kind of attention." I didn't understand what I'd done wrong. I just went upstairs and put on something gray. By 15, I'd stopped buying clothes I liked. There wasn't a point. The rule had no written terms. It shifted depending on her mood. A V-neck that was fine on Tuesday was suddenly inappropriate on Thursday. I started waking up anxious about what to wear before I was anxious about anything else. School, tests, friends, all of that came second to getting past the door. My brother never once got stopped. He'd jog past her in a muscle shirt some mornings, and she'd just hand him a granola bar and tell him to have a good day. I watched that happen so many times I stopped being angry about it and started just feeling confused. Like maybe I was fundamentally different in some way that required more managing. Like something about me was the problem, not the rule. I started keeping a mental record. Every outfit she approved, every color that was safe. I built a kind of internal dress code in my head. Nothing red, nothing sleeveless before May, nothing that showed my collarbone on a school day. I got good at predicting her, and I hated that I was good at it. One morning, I'd had enough. I put the floral blouse back on. The original one, I'd kept it buried in the back of my drawer for over a year. And I walked downstairs and stood in front of her and waited. She looked at it for a long moment. Then she looked at me, and she said, "You know why I do this, right? Because nobody protects a girl who doesn't protect herself first." I didn't say anything. I went upstairs. I changed. But something shifted in me that morning that never shifted back. I stopped asking her opinion on anything. I stopped showing her report cards I was proud of. When I got the lead in the school play, I didn't tell her until the week of. When I won a writing award in junior year, I put the certificate in my backpack and never took it out at home. Good things felt too close to me, too personal to hand to someone who spent every morning telling me my body needed to be corrected before I walked out the door. The stricter the mornings got, the smaller I made myself everywhere else. She never noticed. Or if she did, she thought the quiet was compliance. She thought she was raising someone careful. What she was actually doing was teaching me that the parts of myself worth protecting were better off hidden. I stopped bringing friends home sophomore year. It wasn't a decision I made consciously. I just stopped suggesting it. I didn't want them to stand in my kitchen and watch my mom look me up and down before school. I didn't want to explain it. I didn't want to see it through someone else's eyes and have to feel it freshly. Senior year, I applied to colleges. I told myself the one I chose was about the program, about the opportunities. That's what I wrote in my personal essay. But when I sat in my dorm room that first September, 800 miles away, and got dressed without anyone watching, I understood the real reason I'd needed to go so far. I needed to find out what I actually liked wearing. I needed mornings that were just mornings. My mom and I talk on the phone now, maybe once a month. We're polite. We ask about safe things. She asks about work. I ask about her garden. We don't talk about any of it. But sometimes I'll stand in front of my own closet in the morning, and I'll reach for something bright, and I'll hesitate, just for a second. And in that second, I'm 14 again, standing at the top of the stairs in something I loved, waiting to find out if today was the day it would be allowed. It usually passes quickly, but it's been 8 years, and it still happens. That's the part that took the longest to unlearn, not the rules. The pause before I got to be myself.